Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. I'm a Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 3804 Southeast 130th Avenue here in Portland. We're located at the right side of the home. We're right in the concrete well here, the crawl space hatches in. We have a 3-inch cast iron cleanout as our point of access. I'm going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Currently have water running. It did just transition there immediately upon access over to ABS plastic, and I think this is actually 4-inch in diameter with just a 3-inch cleanout cap. Anyway, here we go. And so far here we're going through some water or a pipe with a fair amount of standing water in it. We'll have a better look at this on the way out when the pipe is completely drained. Now that's a fair amount of water we've got sitting in the line there. In general, once you hit, at least in my experience, once you've got at least 5 feet of sewer pipe with at least 1 inch of standing water in it, that's where I typically start to see debris to build up. At that point, it's mostly controlled by the homeowner, just not putting things down there that shouldn't go down. But once you go over that, the likelihood of debris buildup in those spots and blockages being formed is very likely. And I believe there is a belly. Without pulling the toilet, I can't scope the portion of the line. But looking into the crawl space, there's a visible belly in the ABS or 3-inch ABS plastic that looks like it's going from the downstairs kind of back bedroom toilet towards the cast iron stack. There's a big belly in that, but when you flush that toilet in the back bedroom, it's struggling to drain. It's just gurgling, blip, blip, blip. So my guess is that belly in there is significant enough that it's real hard for that toilet to drain properly. So I would look into that. And I know the home inspector saw the same thing, so I would get that corrected, because if the toilet's struggling that much, it's going to clog up on you. Here at about 80 feet out, it transitions over to 6-inch PVC pipe. Alrighty, here at 108 feet, we have reached the main lateral. I'm going to shut the water off, let the line totally drain so we can assess that belly, and then I'll go locate the camera head just to verify where it terminates. Alright, I did locate the camera head successfully out at the main on Southeast 130th. Still waiting for the line here to drain out. We're going to give it just a moment longer. Alright, this is where our belly's at here. It looks like it ends right around 25 feet out. At this point here, the water level's up to an inch. Like I mentioned before, at an inch of water for at least 5 feet is where I typically start to see debris building up. And this belly here is probably closer to about 20 feet or so long. So I am going to recommend a spot repair here to correct this. I'll get it marked with a white X at each end of the repair. I'll mention the depth and location of that here in just a moment. Looks, the line's coming up the right side of the house, though, and it should be under just grass and dirt. Alright, the belly stops just shy of the fence here. Looks like the whole belly is on the backyard side of the fence. And we're at 2 feet 9 inches deep there, so very shallow, relatively easy line to get down to. Versus a lot of bellies that are underneath the driveway and 6 feet deep. Looks like there's kind of almost like 2 bellies here in a row. I'm going to put a marking here about halfway. Okay, I just have a white line here just showing the direction the pipe's running. About 2 feet 3 inches deep there. And we've got a consistent inch to an inch and a half of standing water across pretty much the whole belly there. So I do recommend a spot repair to correct that. If you don't do a repair on it, I highly recommend rescoping the line in about a year to see what it looks like, to see how it's handling your living habits. A belly like this, it's something that can be lived with. Unless this has been drain cleaned recently, as it sits right now, I can tell this has not clogged. And a ton of it has to do with how many people are in the house and what's going down the line. But in general, a belly that's this long, that's 25 feet, I typically see a lot of stuff built up in it. I do recommend it be corrected. This will be my last marking right here. I recommend a rescope after the repair is done to make sure it was done properly. Aside from the belly here, the rest of the line is in good condition, has good flow and is functioning properly at this time. Alright, I'll show this spot here real quick. Again, the whole thing's under just dirt. It's about 2.5 feet deep across the whole repair. The line comes out of the house here, actually starts angling towards the backyard, and turns here, and then just heads up towards the fence there. And the last marking is just before the gate.